Adem Kassie Abebe works on constitution building and governance at the International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance. He joins us live from The Hague. Adem, that ceasefire, for 5 months it was supposed to last. Given the terrible situation for civilians there, that was a real relief. Why did it fail? What sparked this latest violence?
Absolutely. It was an extremely precarious situation already. It was an informal ceasefire. There was nothing signed, and that has now broken down. And the situation extremely complicates efforts to save lives there. And obviously, the challenge has been the services have not resumed in the region, and despite improvements, the humanitarian situation was still bad. And of course, the TPLF also refused to engage because of certain preconditions that they have. And so this combination of the failure to have a clear plan of action for the resumption of services and the insistence of the TPLF to impose preconditions for the negotiations then led to an escalation of propaganda and ultimately active resumption of hostilities.
And one thing the government has been accused of is blockading the area, not letting aid get in. What is the situation now like for people there? And how will this fighting affect it? Are they getting that assistance?
There has been significant improvement in terms of humanitarian access, but the needs are still extremely tremendous, and that has not happened. And I think most importantly, the services have also not been resuming. Obviously, there has been a lot of destruction of infrastructure and other consequences that need to be fixed. But overall, the federal government, I think, can move faster, can have a clearer plan of action in terms of how to set things straight. But at the same time, the TPLF should also be more cautious. Rather than stalling the talks because of its preconditions, it would be better to engage and present its concerns as it's engaged. Now, the humanitarian situation, obviously, as I said, was precarious, and this would mean that it would be even more difficult. Now we know that the TPLF force have forcefully taken a lot of fuel that is necessary to transport whatever resources are already in Tigray. And this will now probably justify restrictions, even further restrictions and assurances from the federal government in terms of access to fuel and other resources. So we can expect things to get much worse. So hopefully the parties will listen and listen to the calls for de-escalation and resumption of the peace talks.
Yeah, I mean, Western agencies and countries are warning of full-blown war. What do the rebels expect to gain in this?
Well, so we don't know exactly what each side wants. Obviously, both sides have tried to win it through force, and they have both realized that is not possible. And I don't think anything has changed enough for any side of the parties to try and win this through war. So the option is really peace talks or extraordinary violence and destruction. And so I don't think there is anything that the rebel groups or, for that matter, the federal government will be able to secure through violence. It will come at a cost, and it will take, if at all it succeeds, it will come at a huge cost. And so there is really nothing that the parties can achieve through war, but they can at least give peace a genuine chance to achieve whatever it is that they disagree upon.
In your view, is it more pessimistic, the fact that the ceasefire failed, or do you have some optimism that in light of the stalemate that existed before, that ceasefire was possible once, it could be possible again?
Well, I think the pessimism is not unwarranted. We have seen that on so many occasions, the possibilities, hopes have been broken down. Yeah. But at the same time, we must insist, and it's very important to keep to remain optimistic and push the parties to choose peace. But understandably, parties that have fought once are more likely to fight again. But indeed, we have achieved peace for at least 5 months, relative peace for at least 5 months, and it's possible to strengthen those gains and return to the drawing board and find solutions through peaceful means. Yeah. We have to remain optimistic.
Such a thoughtful discussion. Adem Kassie Abebe, great to talk to you.